Okay. Let me just pull up the questions real quick. All right. So we're here with Kalena Bug Shepherd. I'm just going to give her a second to introduce herself for any of you guys that don't fully know who she is. Kalena?
Okay, so my name is Bug. I've always got my bug since I was a little kid. I was obsessed with ladybugs. It was kind of a problem, but I always dressed up as a bug for Halloween, so my parents just kept calling me Bug, and it just stuck throughout my life. And Kalena's kind of complicated, so Bug's always been the go-to. I'm from Costa Mesa, California, and then I moved my senior year to Salt Lake City, Utah, and graduated from West and ended up going to CSI and now committed to Southern Utah.
So tell us a little bit about that process of choosing Southern Utah.
So my goal was to be as close to home as possible so my dad can come to my games. I've always wanted him to be there for my college games because it's been both of our dreams for me to play at a high level for softball. And Southern Utah, Utah State, UVU, all these were different options that I wanted to look at and then eventually pursue. And SUU ended up feeling like home when I went to go visit. It was really cool. I really like Cedar. It's a really small town. I've been more drawn to small towns like Twin. And yeah, it just felt right. They got new coaches and it's a building program. And I always wanted to be a part of something special and create something new that SUU hasn't seen before. So.
Awesome. So I want to talk a little bit about your time here at CSI. And I want to start off with maybe what are you most grateful for as a CSI athlete?
I'm most grateful for learning accountability and the work that we were pushed to do with our coaches and our girls. Like the girls made it such a fun atmosphere and we had our expectations we needed to do and there was no cutting short on it. You do what you need to do, and if you don't do it, then we all suffer the pain of it. So we all just do it, we get our work done, and we have fun while doing it. So I'm grateful that I can learn how to be an adult and hold myself accountable, but also doing something I love.
Awesome. How has being an athlete benefited your experience at CSI as a student athlete?
It's really helped a lot with paying for school, obviously, and then holding me accountable for grades and making sure I have my deadlines and I have my expectations and making sure I either meet them or exceed them. And Coach B always expected the best from us, so we all gave our best. So I think it was really awesome. Also, professors were really lenient and more drawn to you and more willing to help you because you were an athlete, and if you worked with them, they would work with you. So that was really awesome.
Awesome. What are you most proud of with your time as an athlete here at CSI?
So we would always say something right at our huddle. We would say, by relentless pursuit, we promise to compete every day to overcome all with passion and grit. And as a family, we'll create our legacy and make history. And we would say that before every practice. And I think even with our season being cut short because coronavirus, we did create history in our hearts and legacy. And I think Coach B will definitely remember, and Coach Britt will remember our team, and we'll remember our team. And this is definitely a team that's unforgettable. And we were going to make it far. We were going to take something big in nationals. So I'm really grateful that I was with this hardworking team.
So how is because your season was cut very short with the coronavirus. How do you think the team, dealt with that? What are some things that you girls did, and how are you dealing with that now?
Well, it was definitely super emotional. The whole roller coaster of not knowing that we were the last hope of I think college sports of who was going to potentially play, and it was sad that we had that lost. And I think we were actually, when we had no idea whether it was going to come to an end or not, we were drawn more towards each other and drawn towards more softball because we were really cherishing our possible last moments together and last moments as a team, because we're a very special group. So, but I'm still dealing with it. I think about it a lot. I'm really sad.
Yeah.
So it's hard, still dealing with it.
So looking back on, the season that you did having the the games that you were able to play, what is maybe one of those moments, in-game moments, that stands out to you?
This one's kind of funny. So I hit a really hard foul ball into my shin, and I think about it a lot because I still have the bruise on my shin, and it's like huge. I mean, our whole team named it Marcus because it was so huge, and it's a Marcus. And we all joke about it, and actually it's been on for like a year and like a month now, so we all just joke about it, and it's something that like I've never done that before, and I've always seen girls like hit it into their shin, but I've never done that, so it was kind of funny, and we all laugh about it. So it's definitely really memorable that we all think about it.
So moving from the field into the locker room, what's a locker room moment that maybe a lot of outsiders don't know about, or something that you find funny or memorable?
So Kylie Balmer is a performer. Like, she was totally meant, I don't know if she was meant to play softball or be a performer, but when it was your birthday, she would sing to you, like serenade you full on. She would turn off the lights, had a disco ball, like a colorful disco ball thing, and she would sing to you, dance for you. She would do it all, and you got the full performance from Kai. So if it was your birthday, you were definitely getting something special that day.
That sounds a bit like Kylie, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. She's so fun.
So who would you say, in your time at CSI, who would you say most inspired you to be a better athlete?
I think my best friend, like Kaylee Loader, she was another catcher, and she has such a great arm. And I remember just seeing it the first time. She's like 5'3", tiny, and she just pops and she can just chuck the ball. Like, it is so fast. Like, I don't think my arm could ever reach that potential, but she was more than that. She was definitely like my best friend, and she helped me through hard times and helped me through like math and chemistry. And she helped me make sure I got my stuff done. And whenever I was doubting it or needed help, she definitely took time out of her day to come help me. And we would laugh about the funny things. We went through the cinder block drill together for pitchers, where they would pitch and we'd get hit. It was horrible, but we did it together. And it was just us we worked together as catchers, and we did our own thing, and she pushed me to be a better person. So.
Awesome. What would you say is one of those moments or trials that you've had at CSI that you've felt it was hard to get through, and how did you get through that difficult moment or trial?
So I think last year my most difficult moment was like I was walking a lot and I wasn't really hitting, and I was being super careful, and I was just kind of getting by. Like, I wasn't doing bad, I wasn't doing amazing, and Coach B pulled me aside and he's like, okay, like, when are you going to stop walking and start hitting? He's like, I'm really happy you're on base. He's like, it's great, your on base is great, but he's like, I brought you in to hit. You need to be more aggressive. And I was like, oh shoot. Like, I took that super seriously, and I was like, well, yeah, like, I'm a power hitter. I should be driving people in instead of getting on. Like, yes, my job's to get on, but it's also to drive runs. And immediately after that, I think I took off and I started to believe in myself more, and definitely felt Coach B believe in me about it. So that was definitely hard to overcome, but it needed to be done. And I'm thankful for him for pointing that out to me and pushing me to be that.
Awesome. What would you say is your favorite part about competing or playing?
I think definitely like rivals and overcoming people you shouldn't. So like last year, Slick had a really good pitcher that's like now in the Olympics and all this stuff. And we lost her a few times, but then a few times we would hit off her and we would do good. And it was just fun to go up there and know that you're hitting against someone really good or playing against someone who's really good, and know that you have this one shot opportunity and this is someone that's better than you, and you get to see that and better yourself from her and other people. And you get to, if you win, then you win, and that's a big accomplishment for yourself from your hard work. So definitely overcoming and seeing harder competition.
So you recognize those rivals and those big games. What's something that you make sure that you do before those games? Like, what's one of your pregame rituals that you do to prepare for those big games?
Definitely coffee. I need coffee. I need some sort of caffeination. It has to be like, and it's not small either. It's not like a little drink. I need like a good amount of caffeine. It gets me going. It gets me excited. I know it's game day. It's kind of like my own little treat. I'll take Miranda and we'll just go get something to eat or get something to drink. And we make sure we get Dutch Bros. We get something. We make something at home. Like caffeination's important.
So you talked about going back to when you talked about, coach pulling you aside and saying, hey, like, I need you to swing. I need you to hit the ball. What would you say is like the hardest thing that your coach has ever asked you to do?
That, and I think be a leader and step into a bigger role than I was. I was more quiet. I'm not like a quiet person, but I don't have much to say in like circles. I would kind of keep things to myself. And I think I've been better at opening up and like if I see something pointed out because it can make us better instead of thinking about how dumb it may sound, but it could help us. And going up there and setting an example to be aggressive and set that tone for everyone after me in the lineup that we need to be aggressive and that we need to attack this so that we can win.
Who would you say you look to on the team to kind of follow that example of leadership? Are there any girls that have gone before you or any girls that you play with, like have played with this year that you look to as an example of a leader?
Oh yeah, there's totally, like, it depends on the situation, but I think our team was full of leadership in different roles. And I think like Nikki being in front of me in the lineup was really helpful because Nikki was super aggressive and she's a very fun person and very happy and positive person. And it was nice to like have someone like that pick you up if you needed it. And Loader again was Kaylee Loader was very like uplifting and let me know, like would encourage me if I failed and stuff like that. And then Kai Bomber, she just goes up there and she does her job. It's great. And then I know she's there on base. She would get on like almost every time. And I know that she's there and I know that my job is to get her in. So her setting that tone for me was really awesome when I was approaching the plate.
Awesome. So now I want to move on to a little bit more of a fun section. So what would you say? So you're gonna be the only voter in this competition.
Okay.
And we're gonna ask you, team awards. Who would you say is the big brain on the team?
Sierra. Definitely Sierra.
Sierra. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Who's the team flirt?
Oh, Maylee Jensen. Definitely Maylee Jensen.
Okay. Who's the muscles on the team?
Nikki.
Nikki
is small but can lift a lot.
Yeah. She had some big games, lots of runs.
Yes, she did.
All right. So who's the team comedian?
Brooklyn. Definitely Brooklyn.
What about wingman? Who's the best wingman?
So it depends on the situation for people, but it could be Monty and Maya, and it could be it depends on what your goal is. So I would say between those three, Maya, Monty, or Maya Washington, Monty, and Loader.
Okay. So who's the life of the party?
Maya Washington and Kai Bomber.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Who's the overachiever?
Nikki. Nikki will do everything and she'll do it right like 3 times. So it'll be Nikki.
All right. So in these times of, being quarantined, and a lot of people are watching zombie apocalypse shows and movies. Who do you think is most likely to survive a zombie apocalypse?
Sierra. She's Sierra. Definitely Sierra.
Why do you say Sierra?
Well, if she doesn't, I just like, if I don't know anything, I go to Sierra for anything. And I think the whole team does. Like, she is like destined to be a doctor or she's amazing. And if she doesn't know it, she'll Google it and she'll read all about it. She'll know all about it. She'll know how to do it. She'll give you her best guess. And usually her guesses are right. So I would go with Sierra.
Right. She's your Wikipedia?
Yes. She's great.
All right. So who's the team prankster?
Ooh, probably Maya Washington. I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us about one of her pranks?
I don't know if she has like anything. She's just funny. Like, she's more of a TikToker than a prankster. So she'll like be more funny than I think prank, but she'll definitely joke with you. So.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, that's all the questions that I have for you today. Do you have anything that you would like to leave with the Golden Eagle CSI fans?
No, that's about it. And thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks for having this interview with me. And yeah, good luck at SUU.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure everyone's going to be following you there, and we hope the best for you.
Thank you so much.
All right.